Hello everyone, my name is Sutton the Wolf, and welcome back to Sakura Spirit. I quite like this game. It's enjoyable. It's kinda crude in places, but it's enjoyable. I like it. Next morning. Ellipses. We just had a nice little cute scene with Machiko that involved quite a bit of fan service. But she was really cute, and we found out that she's really strong-willed in her, ambitions to use magic for good and everything, and that was really nice. And we had a weird interaction where we basically just teased her about having kids. It was weird. I awoke the next morning to the sun filtering through the wooden blinds, yawning loudly. The girls had very graciously given me an entire room to myself, and it was certainly a lot bigger than my room back home. Geez, that's very nice. I wonder how many bedrooms that mansion has. I'm sure it's like 2, so there's one for them, one for me, and it's like, oh, they're gonna, one of them's gonna sneak in or something. I don't know. But, I don't know, realistically speaking, this kind of mansion would probably have, at least 3 or 4, right? I don't know, I didn't really get a huge look at how big the mansion was. It was still early in the morning, likely a bit before breakfast. I decided to spend a short moment to gather my thoughts. It was clear that in order to learn more about my situation, I would need to pay a visit to the shrine. Maybe I could even find the answers to some other questions that had been lingering in the back of my mind for a while now. The fact that Machiko seemed surprisingly nervous at the mention of Yeti's name made me wonder about their relationship. What could possibly have happened to make Machiko react like that? The apparent hostility between the villagers and the fox spirits was another issue altogether. Of course, I couldn't forget about the fact that I needed to find a way to get home as well. Yeah, you probably might have wanted to mention that first. Just as I finished gathering my thoughts, Machiko's voice resounded from the downstairs. Nice. Takani, breakfast is ready. Could you go get Onesama? Sure, we'll be right there. Wait, I thought that she didn't do much. Well, I guess they said that she could try cooking more often. I quickly made my way out of the room, finding myself within one of the corridors of the mansion. Once outside, it didn't take me long to find Machiko wandering down the corridor, her lips curving into a smile when she saw me. No need to look for me, Taka-kun. Machiko's voice reached me loud and clear. Good morning, Machiko-san. Did you sleep well? It was a decent sleep, although perhaps a bit lonely. However, you seem to be getting along well with my little sister. Takani, was it? Perhaps I should consider you my rival in the quest for the heart of our dear Machiko-chan. She seems to like it. I guess I'll be stuck with that name for a while. Oh, is it not to your liking? Well, perhaps you would prefer Darling instead. You were watching us? Indeed. It was taking you both such a long time, I grew rather curious and snuck out. I didn't see you at all! Well, I am a fox spirit. Hiding myself from humans is like playing hide-and-seek with a child. Then, why didn't you use your hiding skills to hide from the guards? Now that you mention it, the thought never occurred to me. Well, it certainly was fun being chased by them. Unfortunately, Machiko does not have the best control over her change. She is far too excitable. Wait, over her change? What do you mean, over her change? I don't really get that. Machiko does not have the best control over her change. Is that a typo? Did I miss something? I don't know. That seems to not make sense to me. She's far too excitable and is unable... Oh, the illusion. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so it's like a kind of magic thing. That makes sense. She is far too excitable and is unable to maintain the illusion. It is her one magical blind spot. I'm sure it wouldn't have been fun if the tsundere tyrant had caught you both. That certainly would have been an unpleasant experience. Then again, I am sure you would have ended up saving me, wouldn't you, Taka-kun? I noticed a subtle change in Machiko's voice as the sweet, sugar-coated words caused my cheeks to flush red. I really wasn't good at dealing with this girl's flirty attitude. Stepping backwards, I turned towards the stairs at the end of the corridor and replied in a hurried tone. Machiko-chan's waiting for us. And with that, I rushed towards the kitchen, with Machiko giggling behind me as she followed. Ah, good morning, both of you. I fixed up some eggs and toast for you. There's some oranges, too. Wait, I thought we picked apples. Ah, wonderful. Thank you, little one. You are getting better at this. To wake up knowing a pretty girl made my breakfast, it's good to be alive. Perhaps you would enjoy having one resting by your side as well. That's a bit overkill, especially considering the condition of said girl. I recalled the sight of Machiko sleeping yesterday, and my cheeks immediately grew red. I quickly sat down at the table, trying to distract myself by changing the subject. So thanks to you two, I learned a little about this world. How about I return the favor and talk about mine? Do you have anything you want to ask? Oh, yeah, I want to know, what are the spirits like in your world? Spirits, you say? I thought about her question for a moment before I replied with a sheepish grin. Well, in my world, spirits only exist in folk tales. They appear in stories, and certain religions even worship them. But it's not like we got them running around like they do in this world. That probably wasn't the... He wasn't really teasing. My bad. Folk tales, worship. Your world is strange, Taka-kun. Oh, that's kind of boring. What about your life? Are you a defender of your village? You said something about judo before. What's that? You mean judo? Well, in my world, people go to this place called school. It's basically a place of knowledge, where you learn a lot of things before you're considered an adult in our society. But in my world, the defenders are known as the police. They keep things peaceful and such. I'm just a student. I guess you could say that I'm studying to become a defender, not just of my village, but of my whole country. It was a bit exaggerated, but I felt kind of nice to call myself a defender. Heh, that sounds weird. Is the police like the army or something? Defending the whole nation? Your world is very strange, Taka-kun. I wouldn't call it strange, Machiko-san. It's this world that's weird. But no, the police is like the guards of the village. We do have an actual army that defends the country, though. Either way, your world sounds like fun, especially if everyone's like you. Anyway, oh no, don't dang it! These oranges all have worms in them! Ew! Onesima, did you forget to check them again? Oh, how terrible. I must have been overcome with fatigue and never gotten around to checking them properly. Bleh! Lazy old meanie! I'll have to go and get some apples instead. Aw. See, for the one that claimed to be the cook, she doesn't seem to be great at it. As Machiko... Well, I'm talking about Machiko-san. As Machiko went outside to grab some apples, my eyes drifted towards Machiko, who was observing me with a content smile, clearly pleased with something. Oh boy. It is such a relief to see her in such a good mood. It has been a tough few months, I must admit. She's been upset that her magical skills have not been progressing as fast as they once did. That's a nice picture of her. Again, a bit too much on the fan servicey side, but it is nice. We all have our ups and downs, especially when it comes to studying. I still remember how I used to dread exams. So little time for my judo. Made me rather sad at times. That does sound rather stressful. Tell me, Taka-kun, what is it that you study? I am intrigued by this school notion. Well, my situation is a bit different from most. While I go to school like everyone else, I actually aim to become an athlete. To explain it in a way you'd understand, an athlete is someone who practices a certain sport, and those who are among the best end up representing their country. I have an upcoming tournament that will decide whether or not I will be able to represent my country in judo. I think I understand. Your focus is on your strength, while still gathering knowledge to allow yourself a multitude of options. An interesting method. That is a surprisingly good, generalization of it. Not bad. I never even thought of it that way. Pretty good. I should thank you. I guess you could say that, but why thank me? I believe that your sudden appearance in our world has had a lot to do with Maiko's newfound joy. I can hear her singing, something that I have not heard in weeks. It warms my heart to see her so overjoyed, and I believe it is because of you. Thank you, Taka-kun. I doubt that's the only reason, but you're welcome. I smiled bashfully at Machiko before continuing. Then again, I should also thank you for busting my rear out of jail. I don't want to think about what I would have been doing if I was still in the care of the Tsundere tyrant. But you are most welcome. But please, do not be so hard on Mio-chan. There are many things here beyond her control. But perhaps it is out of our hands for now. I still wish to thank you, Taka-kun. I have been wondering how I might repay you for bringing such joy to Maiko-chan. Repay me? For a moment, my thoughts drifted towards a certain idea, but my cheeks quickly turned scarlet red at the thought. I couldn't ask something like that of her. You know, she only pretty much asked the same of us. I'm not sure I have anything in mind. I think your smile's enough. You are a true gentleman, Taka-kun. It's a shame, though. I was thinking of such naughty things, too. The fox spirit giggled to herself as she turned towards the garden, watching Maiko struggle to descend from one of the trees with an armful of apples. Maiko-chan, there are only 3 of us. Your belly does not count for a 4th person. Speaking of a 4th person, it sounded like you two used to talk a lot with the spirit at the shrine. Why do you get so nervous whenever this Sayuri is involved? Yeah, that's not important. Oh, is that a giant bird carrying the seed of the world tree? Oh, maybe it is. I should go and... Ah, Sayuri Dono, thank you for visiting us today. Machiko-san is right over there. What in the world are we doing? Alright. Ah, Sayuri, no, I'm sorry. I've just been terribly busy. Please forgive me, Sayuri-sama. Whoa, to think you get that flustered. Is she that amazing of a person? Okay, we're back to her smiling, when she clearly wouldn't be smiling in this situation. Alright. You don't understand. It is complicated. There are certain skills that I, as a fox spirit, possess. A subtle way of talking or acting that influence how people perceive me. They are... I suppose they would be considered social skills, but for spirits. Sayuri is capable of completely negating these, and it leaves me feeling rather nervous and helpless. I see. So basically she's immune to your flirting, and connecting the dots in my mind, I planted the palm of my hand against my forehead. Now I get it. You're afraid of approaching her because the Sayuri is a bigger flirt than you. But if she's flirting with you... Oh, I see. You swing that way. Wait, what? Wait. I'm confused. She's not a lesbian, is she? No, she can't be after what she's been trying to get us to do. For some reason, I've suddenly felt rather disappointed. That's not true! Well, maybe. I mean, she has an overpowering presence, and it does not allow me to properly, do my thing. I'm not sure what you mean by swinging, however. Wait, what? I don't necessarily... Okay, I don't think she understands what we meant. It means that you know, like girls. Oh, really? Well, how about we forget all about Sayuri and for now, and I show you exactly which way I do swing, Taka-kun. That won't be necessary. But she must be a challenge to deal with, considering... I briefly lowered my voice to a whisper. You're already a handful to deal with once you start your teasing. Ah, you are perhaps less the gentleman I thought you to be, Taka-kun. What am I, then? A lovable rogue, perhaps? Or maybe you see yourself as more of a hero type? Of course I'm a hero. A perverted one, but a hero nonetheless! Every anime protagonist ever. Onisama, Takani! Welcome back, Maiko-chan. How did the hunt for the golden apple go? No golden ones, but I got a load of good ones. Even one that's shaped like a heart. You can have that one, Takani. An apple shaped like a heart? Interesting. Does this mean you're confessing your love to me by giving me this? Maybe I am. I seriously think Ichikawa would kill me if he saw me in my current situation. Why, thank you, fair lady. I shall savor every moment of its sweet flavor. Maiko, how could you betray your love of me, your one and only sister? Did our time together mean nothing? Oh, my. But I love you too, Onesima. I found a super big apple for you. Polygamy at its finest. Nice. Episode title right there. Wow. Well, we better hurry up. We're going to see Su-chan. Wait, what? I thought we were going to at least need to ask for her permission and wait until she grew bored enough to reply. I know, but even when I was picking apples, I found one of her tiny familiars. She said she wanted to see us today. Oh, poopy. Nice. Alright, well, right on time, we have our little transition slide! Alright, well, that's gonna do it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'm actually quite liking this now. I find it's interesting. It's very enjoyable and funny. And it's the kind of fan service that, like, makes you laugh. Like, it's really blatant. And, like, the sexual innuendos are, like, super strong and like, extremely, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, frequent. That's it. They're extremely frequent, and they're, like, when I say strong, they're, like, they're doing them a lot, is what I'm saying. Kind of hard for me to, like, explain that. But it's enjoyable, like, is what I'm saying. It's kind of weird, but it's also, it's strangely addicting. So, I kind of like it. So, I'm going to keep playing this game. That's going to do it for me today, though. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Leave your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section down below. I will always read them, and I will always take them into account. And as always, I will see you guys next time for another episode of Sakura Spirit.